Stop for a moment and breathe. Yes, breathe for real, not in the mechanical and hasty way that we have learned by habit, but with presence, with intention, as if with that simple act, you could open the doors to another level of existence. Now, let me ask you a deep question. And if I told you that the key to transforming your mind, healing your body, and rewriting your destiny has always been right under your nose, and that no one had told you, it is not a metaphor. What I am going to reveal to you in this video is a knowledge that ancient cultures jealously guarded, a breathing technique that was considered so powerful, so transformative, that it was only taught to advanced disciples, to those who were ready to awaken their true inner sovereignty. In the bustling modern world, where haste, stress, and distraction seem to be the norm, we have disconnected from the most fundamental tool we have to regulate our vital energy, conscious breathing. They taught us to seek out, in costly therapies, in external formulas, in foreign promises, when the supreme alchemy is within us, in every inhalation and exhalation. Today, science begins to shyly confirm what the wise Taoists, the yogis of India, and the shamans of ancient civilizations already knew without the need for laboratories or brain scanners. The way we breathe not only feeds our lungs, but regulates the nervous system, harmonizes the brain, strengthens the heart, and awakens the internal radar that manifests our reality. In this video, we are going to reveal the knowledge that has been hidden at first glance, the mystery of the vague nerve and how to activate it, the hidden role of CO2, the forgotten hero of your body, the breathing technique 478, the master key to synchronize body, mind, and spirit, and how, by mastering your breath, you can activate the reticular activation system of your brain to consciously attract the experiences you want to live. This is not just theory. I will give you real examples, living metaphors, and applicable practices that will allow you to experience, from today, the power that is activated when you breathe with awareness and focus. Because when you master your breathing, you not only oxygenate your body, you reprogram your life. So take a deep breath, open your mind, and join me. What you are about to discover can transform the way you live. Since the dawn of human consciousness, the wise, mystics, and alchemists of all cultures have sensed something that modern science is barely beginning to decipher. Breathing is not just a biological process, but a sacred act, a bridge between matter and spirit. In ancient Egypt, the priests of the temples of Karnak and Luxor practiced advanced forms of rhythmic breathing during their rituals of connection with the gods. They believed that the breath of life, what the Egyptians called K, was nothing more than vital energy absorbed and circulated through the conscious act of breathing. In India, the Vedic rishis taught the art of pranayama, a discipline that considers breath as prana, the cosmic energy that sustains all forms of life. Through the control of prana, they not only strengthened their body and mind, but also awakened states of higher consciousness, reaching levels of perception that transcend rational understanding. Taoism in China did not lag behind. The ancient practitioners of Qigong and internal alchemy used deep and silent breaths to accumulate and refine their qi, the vital energy that flows through the meridians of the body. For them, every conscious breath was a step in the construction of the body of immortality, an energetic entity that survived beyond flesh and blood. Even in traditions closer to us, such as the teachings of the Christian mystics, there is the notion of divine inspiration, not as a metaphor, but as the belief that, in certain states of deep prayer and serene breathing, the human soul could be literally impregnated by the wisdom and love of the divine. What are all these traditions, separated by thousands of kilometers and centuries of distance, telling us? That the control of breathing was considered a sacred art, an instrument of power, health, longevity, and spiritual expansion. However, at some point in our recent history, this wisdom was forgotten. The advance of industrialization, the frenetic rhythm of modern life, the progressive disconnection of the human being from his own body, relegated conscious breathing to a forgotten corner of human knowledge. We breathe to survive, but we do not breathe to live fully. Today, rediscovering this practice is an act of spiritual rebellion. It is to remember that within each inhalation and exhalation, an unlimited potential is hidden. Each conscious breath is a silent declaration of inner freedom, a reaffirmation that the true power is not in what we possess, but in how we are able to manage our vital energy. So far, we have seen that conscious breathing has been recognized by ancient traditions as a door to the expansion of life itself. But what exactly happens in the body, in the mind, and in the energetic field when we breathe consciously, slowly, and deeply? What is the true mechanism behind this apparently simple act? To understand it, imagine for a moment that your body is a large electrical power plant. Breathing, in this scheme, is the master generator that feeds each system, each cell, and each thought. When we breathe in a superficial and accelerated way, as most people do today, our electrical power plant runs at half speed. The systems do not receive enough oxygen or energy, toxins are not effectively eliminated, and the mind remains clouded and erratic. Now, when we breathe deeply, something extraordinary happens. We activate the vagus nerve, a powerful structure that connects the brain with the most important organs: heart, lungs, stomach, and intestines. This nerve is part of the parasympathetic system, known as the system of regeneration and rest, responsible for healing, digesting, balancing, and repairing. When we activate the vagus nerve through conscious breathing, we lower the heart rate, decrease cortisol, the stress hormone, and release acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that induces calm, mental clarity, and emotional balance. But beyond these physiological effects, what the wise knew and what science is just beginning to demonstrate is that by activating the vagus nerve, we also open subtle channels of energy. Taoists called it opening the central channel. The yogis spoke of activating the sushumna, the channel through which kundalini energy ascends. This is added to the forgotten role of carbon dioxide. They taught us to fear it, to see it only as a toxic residue. But in reality, a balanced level of CO2 is necessary for oxygen to be released efficiently into the cells. When we breathe superficially and expel too much CO2, the cells oxygenate less and therefore general vitality weakens. Therefore, techniques such as breathing 4 to 7, 8, inhaling 4 seconds, holding 7 seconds, exhaling 8 seconds, naturally prolong the presence of CO2, which facilitates a more efficient gaseous exchange and a state of deep calm. From the energetic perspective, the soft retention of breathing, kumbhaka, creates a kind of internal pressure that drives vital energy towards the spinal cord, nourishing the endocrine, pineal, pituitary, thyroid glands, activating intuition and rejuvenating the organs. We summarize what happens in each conscious breathing cycle. 1. Deep inhalation. Expand the lungs, massage the heart, and open the meridians of the chest. 2. Short retention. Increase CO2. Facilitate oxygen absorption. Elevate energy to higher centers. 3. Prolonged exhalation. Activate the vagus nerve. Induce deep relaxation and release tensions. 4. Pause at the end of exhalation. Create a fertile void where the mind enters an expansive state of silence. This flow not only regulates biological functions, but also harmonizes vital energy, prana or chi, unblocks energy centers, chakras or dantians, and strengthens the auric field, increasing resilience, personal magnetism, and subtle perception. The most fascinating thing is that all this happens without the need for external substances, without expensive devices or complex rituals. Only you, your body, and your breath. You are the technology. Now that you have understood the essential mechanics of conscious breathing and its profound impact on your energy and biological system, it is time to delve into the nuances that separate the casual practitioner from the true alchemist of breath. Because, as the wise Taoists taught, it is not enough to know the river, you have to learn to navigate its invisible currents. The first fundamental nuance is the quality of intention. When you perform any breathing technique, the state of your mind and your emotions impregnates the energy you generate. If you practice in a hurry, anxiety, or impatience, that vibration is filtered into your energy field, limiting the benefits. The ancient masters insisted on cultivating an attitude of reverence, gratitude, and serenity before starting any breathing exercise. Before starting, sit down or stand up and bring your consciousness to your heart. Take a break and internally formulate a high intention that this breathing harmonizes me, revitalizes me, and connects me with the purest of my being. The intention aligns the mind, body, and energy, enhancing the effects of the practice exponentially. The second nuance is gradual progression. One of the reasons why these techniques were hidden or taught only to beginners is because an excess of poorly managed energy can generate imbalances. People with a weakened nervous system or strong emotional blockages can experience, if they force the practices, symptoms such as dizziness, palpitations, anxiety, or even disturbing dreams. Therefore, the rule is little but constant. Start with 3 to 5 minutes a day and increase gradually. Pay attention to the signals of your body. If you feel revitalized, focused, and serene, you are going in the right direction. If discomfort appears, reduce the intensity and time. The third nuance is the posture and body alignment. Imagine that your spine is a cosmic antenna. If it is bent or collapsed, the flow of energy is interrupted. When practicing, make sure that your spine is raised, the chin slightly inward, aligning the spinal cord, and the crown gently pointing towards the sky. This posture opens the central channel, facilitating the circulation of the qi and optimizing the effect of each breath. The fourth essential aspect is rooting. While you raise your energy with breathing, you must simultaneously maintain a firm connection with the earth. Visualize that from the base of your spine and the soles of your feet, light roots extend towards the core of the earth. This visualization balances the ascending flow with a descending anchor, preventing the energy from scattering or causing you feelings of disconnection. Finally, there is the integration into everyday life. The goal is not to turn conscious breathing into an isolated or sporadic practice. True mastery occurs when your conscious breathing intertwines with every moment of your day, when walking, when talking, when working, even when resting. Conscious breathing is the invisible thread that unites every experience with the absolute presence. Taoists said, "The wise man breathes from the heels while the common man only fills the chest." This means that a deep, silent, and constant breathing is a sign of energetic mastery and longevity. Summarizing the key principles of this stage: 1. High intention. 2. Gradual progression. 3. Posture and alignment. 4. Steadfast rooting. 5. Daily integration. Whoever honors these 5 pillars not only experiences vitality and clarity, but also synchronizes with the cosmic breathing of the universe itself, tuning in with the natural rhythms that sustain all life. Knowing a secret is a privilege, but experiencing it is an act of mastery. Now that you have understood the fundamentals and nuances of conscious breathing, the next step is to incorporate this ancient art into your daily life in a natural, fluid, and constant way. Because wisdom is not only in the isolated technique, but in the way we transform every moment into a sacred act of presence and energy. Next, I share with you 7 practical keys designed so that you can cultivate this inner power in a simple, coherent, and deeply effective way. 1. The early morning rooting ritual. As soon as you wake up, before touching your phone or running out, sit on the edge of your bed or in a comfortable place. Close your eyes, place your hands on your lower abdomen, and take 10 deep and slow breaths. Visualize how, with each inhalation, you absorb clean and luminous energy. With each exhalation, you release tensions and heaviness. This simple act anchors your energy, clarifies your mind, and establishes a harmonious field for your entire day. 2. Transition breathing. Between each important activity, before a meeting, when you get home, before a relevant conversation, hold for 2 minutes. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 7 seconds. Exhale for 8 seconds. Repeat 5 times. This exercise resets your nervous system, preventing you from dragging stress or dispersion from one activity to another. 3. Breathing awareness while walking. As you walk, either to work, to the supermarket, or on a walk, synchronize your steps with your breathing. 4 steps when inhaling. 4 steps when exhaling. This habit calms the mind, strengthens the legs, and energizes the body, making each walk an active meditation. 4. Inner smile while breathing. Every time you inhale, you smile slightly, even if it is not visible externally. This smile generates a vibration of gratitude and serenity that impregnates your energy, instantly raising your vibratory frequency. 5. Nocturnal breathing. Before going to sleep, lie on your back, close your eyes, and take deep and soft breaths, while visualizing that each exhalation releases the stress and accumulated emotions of the day. This cleanses your energy field, relaxes the nervous system, and prepares a restorative sleep. 6. Conscious memory. Place small visual signals, a special stone, a piece of paper, a symbol, in key places. Your desk, the mirror, the steering wheel. Every time you see them, take 3 conscious breaths. This anchor keeps practice alive, even in the most agitated moments. 7. Breath diary. At the end of each day, write down in a notebook how many times today I consciously breathed, how I felt after doing it, what changes I noticed in my energy and emotions. This exercise strengthens self-observation, strengthens the habit, and allows you to measure your personal evolution. By applying these 7 keys, you will cultivate an increasingly powerful, serene, and resilient energy field. Over time, you will notice greater mental clarity, better emotional management, more robust health, and a feeling of deep connection with life. We have traveled a path that not only leads us towards intellectual understanding, but towards a reconnection with the very source of life that pulsates within us. What we have unveiled is not simply a breathing technique, it is a gateway to inner mastery, a key that opens the doors of a forgotten power that resides in the depths of your being. Throughout the civilizations, the wise men knew that breath is not just air, but prana, chi, spirit, the cosmic energy that nourishes all forms of existence. They taught us that whoever dominates his breathing dominates his mind, and whoever dominates his mind governs his destiny. Today, you have remembered this truth. We have seen how conscious breathing activates the vagus nerve, harmonizes the nervous system, raises vital energy, and awakens superior perception. We have explored how the combination of intention, posture, rhythm, and constancy turns each inhalation and exhalation into an alchemical act. And above all, we have understood that the true power is not outside of us, but in the way we manage our inner energy at every moment. The modern world has tried to disconnect us from this wisdom. They taught us to breathe superficially, to live in a hurry, to seek out the solutions that we can only find inside. Today, with each conscious breath, you reveal yourself to that oblivion. Today, you regain your energy sovereignty. But do not stop here. What you have learned is only the threshold of a wider path. Breathing is the basis on which you can build a vibrant health life, a clear mind, balanced emotions, and an expanded spirit. Every day is an opportunity to refine your mastery, to refine your energy, and to transform your reality from the inside out. If this knowledge has resonated with you, if you have felt the call to reconnect with your inner power, share this wisdom, expand this energy, and allow others to also remember this map towards integral harmony. Subscribe to this channel, activate the bell, and like this video so that together we can continue exploring the teachings that, from time immemorial, have guided the seekers of balance, longevity, and transcendent truth. Stay tuned for the next videos, where we will reveal more esoteric techniques, ancient teachings, and practices that strengthen the body, awaken the mind, and expand the soul. Because this path does not end here. Conscious breathing is one more step towards your complete awakening. May deep peace, luminous clarity, and radiant vitality accompany you in each inhalation and exhalation.